Hi, welcome again to engVid.com. I'm Adam. Today's lesson is about pronunciation and phonetics. Now, I said there's going to be a secret on how to improve your pronunciation in English. Here's the secret. Are you ready? There is no secret. It takes hard work, it takes practice, it takes perseverance. You have to do things, you have to practice things, you have to use your dictionary. You always have to keep working at it. That's the secret. But I'll give you a little bit of a tip on how to make this a little bit easier for yourself, okay? What we have here is a list of words. Each one looks very similar, but it has a different phonetic sound. Now, phonetics means the sound of the syllables in the word. Syllables, I'll just write that word here. A syllable is the sound part of a word. For example, the word cat has one syllable. The word beautiful, beau-ti-ful, 3 syllables, okay? So we're going to learn how to look at syllables, how to find the sound for each syllable in a word to know how to pronounce the full word. So we're going to start with these words because, again, these are very common words. These are words that all sound very similar. Plus, I had a request on engvid.com in the comments section on how to pronounce these. Let me say all these words first. Look, lock, luck, lack, lake, like, lick, leak, luke, bloke, and let. Now, bloke and let are obviously different words, but there's no such word as loke, and there's no such word as lek, so I had to improvise. But we have a bunch of other ones. Now, for some of you, a lot of these words sounded exactly the same, I'm guessing, right? They're not, they're very different. So, lock and luck have completely different meanings. They have no relationship to each other except that they share 1, 2, 3 similar letters. Very similar vowel sound as well. So what you notice above each of these words is the phonetic symbol. Now, there are different phonetic lists. Everybody has their own list. Find one that you like. I took these symbols from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. That's the American dictionary. If you want to find it online, www.m-w.com. It's a good dictionary, and that's where I got these symbols from. Once you start studying phonetics, stick to one list, okay? If you want to study British English, use a British dictionary. American English, use an American dictionary. Most of the words are going to be the same or similar. Some of them will be completely different. So choose your dictionary, stick to it, practice. Now, if you look at these words in the dictionary on Merriam-Webster, you will find the phonetic spelling. The phonetic spelling means they spell the word according to its sound. So this U with a dot, I hope you can see that dot, look, book, took, bull. Doesn't matter what the letters on either side are, the vowel sound is going to be the same with this symbol. With lock, you have A with 2 dots on top of it. Lock, rock, sock, font. If you're not sure what a font is, if you have a Microsoft Word or whatever typing tool you use, there are different fonts, Times New Roman, Agency, and Calibri, or whatever they're called. These are font. But the sound is ah. Luck. Sort of like an upside down and inverted E. Luck, truck, duck, brother. Lack, just a regular A. Sack, pack, apple. Lake, A with a line across it, makes it a bit longer. It's called a diphthong because it's A-E. It's like almost 2 vowel sounds in one. Shake, bake, trade. Like, I with a long symbol on top of it. I, it's also a diphthong. Bike, spike, flight. All the same vowel sound. I, regular I with nothing on top. Lick, I. Stick, pick, little. Okay? E with a long line on top. Peak, seek, freedom. Luke is a man's name. It's also from the Bible. U with 2 dots, looks like a bit of a happy face with a little dimple. Fluke, hookah. Now, before I continue, what is a hookah? How many of you have read Alice in Wonderland? You know, when Alice is walking through the forest and she sees this caterpillar, this big worm, smoking a hookah. Still not sure? Hold on. What do I have here? A hookah. I'm missing the little smoking part of it, but this is a hookah. It's pronounced hookah. Okay. If you ever tried them, they're actually quite tasty. But we won't get into that. School. Ooh. Bloke. Now, I had to find a word that had OK in it. Bloke is a British slang, means guy, man, whatever. That bloke over there is very well dressed. I don't know why I use that example. Spoke, joke, lower, O, also a diphthong. O, long line. And let, regular E, jet, bet, arrest. Now, why am I showing you these things? Like, why am I comparing different words? Because once you understand the phonetic symbol of a word, any word that you don't know how to pronounce, just open the dictionary, find the symbol. Remember what other word you do know that has this symbol. All of you know this word pack, I assume. All of you know the word jet. You see this word, arrest. You think, okay, I'm not really sure what it is. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Like luck. Rest. Arrest. You have 1, 2 syllables. Find each syllable's phonetic symbol. Learn how to pronounce it. Another good thing about the Merriam-Webster's online site, you can press a button and it'll say the word. You can hear it as well. Now, what do you do with this? So let's look at these words. Now remember, English is the hardest language to understand in terms of pronunciation because spellings don't mean anything. This EA and this EA don't sound the same. If you look at the dictionary, you will find out that this word is pronounced feather. This EA sounds like this E. Feather. This EA sounds like E. Feature. Like, where are we? Leek. Leek, by the way, is like the thick, long green onion. It's very delicious as well when you cook it nicely. Leek, E. Feature. Feature. Now this, you're thinking, fiasco? Fiasco? No, it's fiasco. Again, the E. Fiasco. 3 syllables. Fiasco. What is a fiasco? It's a big mess of a situation. The government tried to implement a new policy and it was a big fiasco. It was disaster. Nobody bought into it. Okay? I'll give you another example. How do you pronounce this word? I'll give you a chance. Separate it into the 2 syllables. This one sounds like this one. This one sounds like this one. So, bullet. Bullet. Pew, bullet, right? Okay. Again, this is just an example. Keep yourself a list. Get yourself a notebook. Write down these words. Start making a collection of sounds. These are just some of the sounds in English. There are others. Make yourself a list of sounds. When you learn a new word, put that word into that sound category. And that's how you start building your pronunciation skills. Believe me, at the beginning, it will be very difficult. The more you do it, the easier it will become, the more like a native speaker you will sound. Okay? I do have a little bit of a tricky quiz on engVid.com. It's about rhyming. Oh, by the way, all I'm doing here is rhyming, making words sound similar. A good way to practice as well is go to just Google rhyming dictionary, and you can look for words that sound similar. Again, but they're usually like 1 or 2 syllables, so not as useful. Go to engVid.com, try the quiz, and of course, there's a comment section. Ask me any questions, and I'll see you again soon.